Hello, everybody. If this is your first time in my life, my name is Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I'm the apostle and pastor of Apostolic Faith of Jesus Christ Incorporated. And my beliefs are deeply rooted in the ATRs. These are African traditional religions that we harness, direct, and disperse energy, frequency, and vibration. On these platforms, I do not teach my personal opinion, but I do teach universal laws because no matter what you practice and what tradition, universal laws are applicable to each and every one of us. I want to say, first of all, thank you so very much to each and every one of you guys for your continued support and those that are actually genuinely care about what is going on with Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. and the endeavors spiritually to obtain the things that God has for me and my destiny and my platform when it comes down to the ATRs with my church. What's up there, Jeremy? Thank you for joining us on tonight. What's up there, Shamari in the house? My Sagittarius from Detroit, my baby Scorpio. And then I got Pisces Goddess in the house, Pisces energy, Piscean energy, I like to say. I also want to say salutations to my Madrina, to my Padrino, to my Oba, and to all of my brothers and sisters in Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria, Lacumi, Congo, Palo, Mystic, and Adjays. To each and every one of you guys that practice the ATRs, whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. I have an ability to educate people on all the different platforms when it comes down to where they are spiritually. Sometimes I have to send people back to do their first work because at the end of the day, I believe that a solid foundation is important. So as above, so below, we're talking about Sagittarian energy, trying to get melanated people to get back to their roots so they can understand how energy, frequency, and vibration works. And at the end of the day, sir and ma'am, maybe you don't mind watching other people participate in the activities. Some of you guys don't have a problem watching other people through television, whether it's through magazines or enjoying their life. I ain't never been, I'm not a spectator. I'm here to participate. So I'm going to do what I need to do to get what God got for me. You understand? So a lot of the mentality and the mindset that I have is I'm a go-getter. And so a lot of times I can't teach you how to sit down and cry and moan about what's going on in your life because I'm going to get up and make things happen for me. What's up? Let me put my glasses on. Literally landing in Dallas as we speak. All right, there, Stormy. You go to Dallas. Mama Susan in the house, and then we got my Minister Al Green in the. My Aquarius, Al Hudson. I'm talking about Al Green. My Aquarius in there. Good evening to each and every one of you guys. I want you to understand something. The basis of me sharing that I'm a Sagittarius, my moon in Aries, my rising sign Pisces. So melanated people can start getting accurate information from a source that is consistent, that is dedicated, and that is not going to BS you. Some people appreciate that about me, other people do not, and that's still fine. At the end of the day, I'm out here to give knowledge with understanding. What you do with it, sir, ma'am, is your business. I want to say to each and every one of you, my endeavor is for many of you guys to actually experience some of the magical frequencies that I have readily available and in my own spiritual court. And so therefore, some of the things that you are hoping for, you could have been manifested. Like I said to each and every one of you guys, I'm excited. First of all, I want to say to my air signs, water signs, and earth signs, and fire signs, salutations to you, and thank you for all of my tribe and my Patreon, my personal church family, my biological family, for being supportive of Apostle Ely. Now, those that do not know that I went through a hemoglobin of 5.4, and I supposed to do blood work. Yes, Friday. I was going to do it today, but I didn't know, so I may not probably doing it tomorrow after church sometime, or maybe Monday. But my point is, my hemoglobin when I left the hospital was 10.5. And so God has been moving. What's up there, Demetrius in the house, Gemini? So one of the things I want to say, first of all, that I'm a living manifestation of my own magic, my own spiritual core. And so therefore, if it means something to you that somebody is the first partaker of the very practice or the traditions or the spirits that they work with, maybe it may mean something, sometimes it does not. But that's what we do on this platform, because I like to give it straight. I like to give it raw for melanated people so you can learn something, to develop something, and change your consciousness. I have a rising sign of Pisces, and I try to utilize my my personal energy to help people to achieve certain goals that mean something to them. What's up, my 69? Y'all know I'm Sir Lickum and Sir Stickum. Praise God. I'm on steroids. That's to help because I'm an anemic, and so to maintain my blood levels, they put me on a steroid, and my doctor already told me, my hematologist already told me that I'm gonna be eating a lot. I have never been like people that don't know me. I eat one meal a day. I've always been like that. I drink a lot, but I eat at the end of the day. Even on my job, as much as I work, I normally eat one meal a day. I wake up hungry. I had put an order in because I was so hungry. That ain't never been my thing. But it is now with these steroids. So I don't even call it side effects because he had already told me it's gonna happen. And that's so it's such against my personal nature. But I'm eating calamari. So y'all gonna have to bear with me on tonight. No. Because I can't minister hungry. I end up telling all your business. For free. My night tonight, and I'm gonna say some things that may sound really offensive. But we living in a time that we cannot have anybody sugarcoating anything, water down anything. We gotta have it out like a TI is. And I am in a place where if people decided to attack me, I'm in a place to defend myself. I don't urge anybody to do the stuff that I do because what I do can get you killed, maimed, stifled. A lot of bad things can happen. You can be in the right, but you can't defend yourself or fight for yourself. You're going to still end up looking like you the bad guy because of some fact that sometimes, a lot of times, people are in places and spaces that you can't override. And so they're able to influence your life. Now, I want to say, first of all, to Karen O'Brien. Karen O'Brien is my first member that is in my Voodoo membership. And I'm, like I told you guys, Haitian Voodoo is my first love. So very excited about that. I got, last night I got the elixir done. And so I'll be starting on her stuff momentarily. And then we have Brother Darius. He's my first member in the Orisha membership. And then I want to formally apologize to Sister Calvina. She had paid for her membership in Orisha. And she called me today and asking me could she bring offer. And I was like, well, girl, that's for people that got members. She said, Apostle, I paid you. So I have missed. A lot of times you guys don't say I have my own personal phone, but a lot of the business that I have is still on Minister Mario's phone. So we want to say congratulations to Sister Calvina for being a member of our Orisha family. She is this is a path that she's endeavoring, but she paid for her membership. So Brother Darius is my first member and membership, and then Sister Calvina is also my second membership, and then we have my Apollo membership. Okay, let's make me get this right, because Monique be acting crazy. So Monique is my first. I ain't got a lot of firsts in my life, to tell you the truth, but Monique is my first Apollo member, and then Demetrius, and then Stormy, because I had to get that correct. So yeah, I love the fact that many of you guys you show me a lot of grace, and you know that it's not intentional for me to overlook anybody, because I'm very thankful for what anybody do for me, small or great. But good evening, Oshun, my Fendi Oshun. So it's a great thing that you have a relationship with people, that people don't think you're trying to do nothing shady, but I got a lot of stuff going on, things are happening. Now I'm going to be saying some things today, so I got that out of the way, because this is necessary. Look at my eldest son in here, Trey. I think that this is necessary so people understand where I'm coming from. There's no way that I'm putting this time, this money, and these type of investments to take my ministry where I need to go. Oh, thank you there, Trey. My son said you looking good, Pops. He a Cancer, so he ought to know. Thank you. So I think he only saying that because he's my twin, so to speak, and so therefore, if by complimenting me, he compliment himself. So Cancer's always opportunistic. But I take that compliment in because I'm a Sag. I don't care where it come from. I want to say this. I have a website that allows you to have the information that you're necessary. I do all these things in order not only to protect you as a client, but I also do those to protect me as a business owner. And so a lot of information that you guys actually need or want to desire, and I'm going to say this again. If you're not about the action, if you're not about making moves, and I'm going to say this again, I'm not trying to be offensive. If you cannot afford $1,200, you shouldn't be practicing Palo. That's just membership because it costs more than that. If you can afford $2,000, you should not be trying to practice Ocha, Lukumi, Santeria, any of that. Because if you can't generate $2,000, you should not be into that. And then if you cannot come up with $3,500, then you most certainly should not be dealing with nothing called voodoo. Nothing. Because you ain't got the money, you don't have the resources, and you're going to end up getting hurt in the process and complaining about because you could not afford to walk the path of that belief system. All of the tradition cost. Every last one of them cost. So, I want to encourage you. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Demetrius, for posting the website. A lot of y'all always remember this about Chief Apostle Amnesia. You don't contact me until you're ready to rumble. You don't contact me until you're ready to do something. If you ain't ready to work on your money, don't contact me. If you ain't ready to work on your life, don't contact me. If you ain't ready to work on your enemy, don't contact me. That means to me, when you contact me, that means you ready to rumble. Whatever we suggest, you got the resources to get what you need to get done. I don't window shop. Ask my kids, they grow up. We have never ever window shop. I don't look at magazine and wish I was there. I'm going there. I live my life. I have no regrets. I'm getting myself prepared for my travels because I almost got all my 13 circles, so I'm getting myself prepared for that. I'm getting myself prepared to start meeting, greeting some of you guys, so you can understand how real it is over here. And I'm not just a good looking face on social media, but I'm actually the powerhouse that I declared myself to be. And even though I may go through situations and circumstances, my outcome is very, very different from yours. And so therefore I have a right as an elder and a leader of these ATRs and these traditions to be an example of what it is how to become an overcomer. That's why I say this again, I choose to be transparent. Because the God in my spiritual court moves for me. And so therefore, I want to teach other people how to become more of an overcomer. So I've been making personal calls because I'm trying to get people in certain spaces and places. Even the ones that have been following me, even the ones that go to my church, it's like, you're not there. And these are tests that you can easily pass. I don't care who you are. I don't care if I've been knowing you for 4 hours. I don't care if I've been knowing you for 50 years. I would never, ever encourage you to do something that was not in your capability. I don't believe your Egun or your ancestors would do it. And so therefore, I'm not here to trick, deceive, or to dishonor anybody. And so therefore, you're not going to treat me as such. What you got going on is what you got going on. That don't mean that got nothing to do with me. Now, my subject tonight, the Saturn energy, is I am going to give you the same level of violence you've been asking for. Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. is going to give you the same level of violence you're asking for. And and the concept is coming from Matthew the 11th chapter. The kingdom of God suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. And I want to indicate that I can be violent, but there's levels to my level of violence. when it comes down to me getting what God got for me. And my point, and I want to say this before I go any further into this message, is these things, when it comes down to universal law, a lot of you guys may like how I get down. But you have to remember, I'm not bothering people. A lot of times, some of you guys hear my messages and you interpret them as yourself when you are the antagonist. You're the person that started the argument. You're the person that started the fight. I don't bother people. When I go off, it's because you over there bothering me. If you don't touch something I love, you have made a decision. Whatever that was, whatever spirit told you, whatever mindset told you, at the end of the day, you don't tell me how to respond. If you come over here fooling with me after I've already set out and let you know straight up how I roll, how I rock, and how I move and how I lean, you're not in the dark or the ignorance of how to navigate with Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. I never said I was a nice person. I said I do nice things. I never told you I did not. Just like I tell you I heal people, I heal people. And it don't bother me either way. A lot of times when you are honest with people, a lot of times people cannot take the raw essence of who you are. They want you to accept them for who they are, but they don't want to accept. I am not here for you to play games with. I'm here for, if you serious about your spirituality, if you serious about changing your reality, if you serious about being as prepared as you can about January 20th, then you need to be doing the things that are necessary. At the end of the day, I promise you, sir, man, I'm going to be doing what I need to do. I am trying to help you get what you need so you can do what you need to do for yourself or your loved one. However that you roll, what you as a grown man or grown woman. My mom used to tell me and my sister all the time, it's best to have a tool and not need it, and to need it and not have it. That equation is always true. And so therefore I'd rather be over prepared than underprepared. So I'm always sharing my mentality so you will understand that when you're addressing me, how I think, so you don't frustrate yourself. Thank you, Demetrius, for posting that. It's hunting season on stupid. I know that's right. I told him. Now, a lot of time, and I do blame the church, and I blame how a lot of us are trying to get into the ATR, and you still got church mentality. You feel entitled to certain things that you have not earned. You feel entitled to certain things that you have not sacrificed, and you feel entitled to certain measures and assets that you do not qualify for. Let me explain something to you. I want y'all to know me on a personal level. Only thing I'm focused on is building my ministry. I ain't trying to get in a relationship. I choose who I fuck. I'm a man. I'm a man of options. I don't deal with everybody because I don't have to. I don't tolerate because I don't have to. It is not. I'm not here faking it to make it. I'm going to achieve my goals whether you help or you don't help. I'm trying to help you get in the place, and that's what's wrong with a lot of black people. You forget at the end of the day, you still don't got what you need. I don't care if you believe in hoodoo, voodoo, Santa, real. At the end of the day, sir, man, when you can't do what you need to do, that's not a good place to be in. And the mere fact that I'm giving you as a grown man or woman opportunity to do and get some of the stuff that I have so you can be in a better place for whatever you got going on. Instead of you seeing that as a blessing from God, you see it as somebody trying to flex on you. Baby, if I want to flex on you, trust me, as my son, I know how to flex. If the mere fact that you feel intimidated because you pretending and I am actually being authentic, that ain't my problem. Whatever level of violence that you decide to do with me, I don't care if you're a Tata, I don't care if you're a Mambo, a Hugon, I don't care if you're a Risha, Santero, a Santera. I don't care if you're a Christian. I don't care if you're atheist. I don't care if you're a Luciferian. I don't care if you work all the light that this world has to muster. You come over here fooling with me and not taking. What's up, my Taurus is in the house. When you come over here fooling with me, I'm about business. I'm about my father's business. I'm about my mother's business. I'm about my own business. Let me say that again, so you ain't confused. I'm about business. I stand on business. I eat on business. I live on business. That's what I do. Praise is what I do, and business is what I do. It is important for you to understand where I'm headed right now. I ain't the one. I wasn't the one before I started headed this way. But where God is taking me and placing me in a position where I'm able to travel and so start getting my ministry out here and meeting people so they can experience the Isaiah 10:27 in my life, babe, I don't have time for that. If you don't want what is being taught, shared here, I promise you I'm not upset. What I will be upset about, if you talking to me like you want something and then you make me make moves that you ain't paid for because I took your word for it. That's what my problem is. When I'm a Sagittarius. I don't have expectation until you give me expectation. You can't get mad at me for having a problem with you and trying to say I'm acting funny when you fell short of your word. Most of the people that I work with, if they tell me they're going to do something, they do it. I have a right to have a certain expectation of my tribe and my clients, because majority of my clients, when they tell me something, it's just like if Love told me to do something for her. Because of her track record with me, I'm going to be more inclined to start her work actually before she pays, because she has been so consistent and being a woman of her word. I have no logical reason to distrust when she tells me something. Some of y'all, you mess up your word over some petty stuff. If you build a relationship with me and I trust you because you have been consistent with me, and I do stuff because you just said so, I handle things just because you said so, because I'm going based off of our relationship and how consistent, because what I'm going to use Love as an example. She never gave me a reason to doubt her. She never gave me a reason to think she's lying. She's been watching me a long time, and she's been working with me for a considerable amount of time. There's nothing about her character that ever led me to believe that if she tells me something, it's not true. And that's a good thing, y'all, that predominantly the people that I work with are men and women, no matter where they come from, of their word, especially when it comes to Chief Apostle Samuel Jr. And that is predominantly my experience. I don't have those experiences that other spirituals have every so often. And that's why I get stuff straight, because I ain't got to deal with it, and I ain't going to deal with it. God done blessed me with a great platform. God done blessed me with great clientele. Remember, people who I got people in my church that if they play with everybody else's money, but they don't play with mine. And she'll testify, oh, I play with this one money, but I don't play with daddy money. I am not the person you want to be playing with, not when it comes to resources. I was raised by a Virgo. The definition of violence, so we all on the same page. Because where we're headed, we need strong magic, as I like to say. The word violence, so all of y'all that don't believe in violence, that's you non-violent, this ain't a lie for you. Violence is the behavior involving physical force, intended, not accidentally, to hurt, to damage, or to kill someone or something. When it said the kingdom of God suffered violence, when you try to bring suffrage into my life, I am going to give you the level of violence you are asking for. When you try to come into my life and bring suffrage into my health, I am going to bring violence into your life. If you come into and you try to disturb and bring suffrage into my marriage, my relationship, my business, it doesn't matter, whatever area of your life, and you choose as a grown man or woman, and I don't understand why many of you guys that claim to be Christian or warriors and stuff like that, how do you allow somebody to try to bring suffrage? Not the Bible said that the blessing of the Lord doeth make it rich and add no sorrow. And you don't feel nothing in you that you should be defending what God has blessed you with, Egon, what ancestor, whatever Loa that you claim that has been a blessing to you. There's no way. God has brought me to 52 years of age, went through the things that I have went through. And I'm allow somebody or something or a group of people to bring unnecessary suffrage. This is not something God is putting on you. This is not something you're being tested by ego. This is people that are going to try to bring you to a level of struggle. If God ain't trying to make me struggle, you not for to make me struggle. Do you understand? What's up there, my Pisces? My Boaz is in the house. He done brought his ass to the house. I'm trying to trigger your mentality. I don't care if you're an earth sign, fire sign, water sign, or air sign. At this juncture of life, when somebody makes a decision that they're going to come into your life after you have worked, after you have sacrificed, and you have put yourself in certain position to be in certain reality, and you're going to, with the intention of trying to bring suffrage of any kind, to my life, oh, you're going to get this violence. And that violence is my behavior that also involves physical force with the pure intention. Can I say that again? With the pure intention to hurt, to damage, or to kill, if necessary. And this all I'm telling people, God is putting me in a place where I can help people, others spiritually, to get into a position of power in their ache, and I cannot afford slothfulness. I cannot afford procrastination. I can't afford people to be unfaithful. I'm not with any of that. If you don't understand that at some point in your life that you have to start taking account and saying that I can't keep around here saying the battle is not mine, it's the Lord. God did not say that. He said that to Moses. He said that Jehoshaphat. A lot of these things that you are mentally trying to put yourself into, that you have not did the work, make sure, sir and ma'am, as you are growing, as you are getting your tools, I'm going to talk to Sister Catherine, because a lot of y'all don't know how to practice magic. It don't matter if it's Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria. You're doing the templates that you see other people instead of you coining your own magic and to better suit your desires and the things that you have, the things that you desire to be, and because you really don't like now that the way my membership is set up, a lot of people, some people acting like a kid in a candy store. You need to have a plan. You don't just become a member. And I like what Demetrius talked to me yesterday about his membership in Palo. He's starting to understand. He said, I watched your video. He said, I want to benefit and maximize my benefit by being a member of the Palo spirit and dealing with the Impungo. And he said, I like what you were explaining. Let me explain something to you all. That when you're getting involved in it, these are my spirits. These are my shrines that I've already gotten. You're not, the reason why you got membership, because this is the safest path for people that are not initiated to actually experience and see some of the work or the level of commitment in order to actually be proficient in these different traditions. And so therefore, if they decide tomorrow, or they decide a month from now, a year from now, to get scratched in Palo or a crown in Ocha or to get initiated into Voodoo, they already understand what to expect. This is such a safe path because I'm going to be working with the spirits for you. And all you got to do is give the proper offering or the proper ceremony. And at the end of the year, do your claim. I don't know what else I can do for melanated people to. If you're tired of being scammed, if you're tired of being lied to, you're tired of being tricked, if all of that be true, then why aren't you jumping? Why aren't you moving forward? Why aren't you making decisions that are going to better your life with somebody that you claim is a truth teller, that you claim is an example of these traditions, that you claim that got your best interests at heart? This is what I'm telling you, because I know that with my prosperity, even though the blessing of the Lord do it make it rich and add it on sorrow, niggas gonna try to bring some sorrow. And I'm letting them know on my social media platform that I am going to bring that hurt. I'm going to bring that damage. If you come after what God has blessed me so graciously with, whatever level of violence that is necessary to meet your violence, I promise you, sir and ma'am, I'm bringing it. You getting that? If you don't want that violent behavior from Chief Apostle Ely, that's why I was telling you guys about the Quicksilver that I was working with the goat, and how I was working with the voodoo doll. Now I'm gonna say this again. If you decide today or tomorrow to get into my voodoo membership, let me explain, because what I don't want nobody lying and say, oh, Apostle, I didn't know that's what that was. My Loa, my priest, my spirit that has been with me from birth, when he was living on planet Earth, he did a lot of bad work. He killed a lot of people. I'm letting you know the entity. He can do good or bad, but he chose to do a lot of bad. I'm set up that way. I can do good or bad. I try to balance, but niggas, y'all know how niggas did. Niggas have you, all right, Lord. He will heal for me and he will kill for me. You understand? So if you get in that is the spirit that will be guarding your work. That is the spirit will be protecting you. And I told, when I was discussing this with one of my clients, I said, listen, this is really heavy magic. These spirits do not care if that's your child. These spirits do not care if that's your mom. Well, you know, I'm just being honest with you. They're there to serve and protect. That's how he roll. If he's over there bringing you money and somebody getting in the way, they're going to get hurt. If he over there trying to bring you your health and somebody getting in the way, they're going to get hurt. And depending on his mood, he may kill you. I'm just being honest. So this is what it is. If you want to be on the lighter side of Seers, that's fine. Get into, well, my Apollo's strong too. Get into Orisha. If you want to stay, not that my Fetty Foon owe you something to play with, because she not that I owe something to play with, because she not. But I'm just saying, if you struggling, you don't need to be practicing the ATR. If you're still struggling with Christianity and you still feel like that turning the other cheek, I told you, there's no way on none of my videos that you're gonna ever hear me telling you about turning the other cheek, because I ain't gonna turn my cheeks for nobody. I'm gonna be honest with you. So all this, because black people like to lie. Oh, I didn't know. Yes, you did. I'm straight up by mine. I don't play. And I got to a place where God has put me in certain positions. I'm not here for the foolishness. If you want real protection on certain levels, and as expensive as real voodoo, Haitian voodoo magic is, $3,500 is not a lot of money. If you claim to be an Ocha, $2,000 is not a lot of money. And I'm going to clown you. If you claim to be in Palo and $1,200 is a lot of money, you full of crap. A lot of your frustration could be eliminated by being real and honest. Hey, there you go. With the order, congratulations, Calvino, for your Orisha membership. These are the things I'm telling people. Because if you don't learn by somebody showing you what it takes to be dedicated, faithful, to get deterred, what I'm saying is, I'm all about manifestation. So when I'm doing stuff, my mindset is, can I do to get the best possible manifestation or outcome that I want or my client want? Having a mindset, worrying about, let me tell you something. I don't worry about my enemies. That's why you hear me say I'm not enemy conscious. I know who in my spiritual core. And I'll tell people all the time, if they let you do it to me, ain't nothing I can do. But I know even my bloodline, I got murderers in there. They'll kill you first. Your endeavor and your intention means nothing to me. I'm not being funny. I can't, I don't live like you live. I don't walk around worried about somebody throwing at me. I do what I'm supposed to do by me. That's what my spiritual dad, my spiritual dad told me. He said, if you doing what you're supposed to do, he said, people can work on you all day. It gonna reverse it. The spirits will take care of that. A lot of y'all have to worry about y'all enemies and adversary because y'all be out. You have stepping with your work. You have stepping with your investment. And so therefore, yes, you need to be worried or you need to be considerate. I don't. Once I do what I need to do, I did that goat exactly the way they wanted me. And then they had I shouldn't say nerve, but it was just not on a male goat, but that the colors of the goat was black, brown, and white on Saturday. Everything was set up for me to take that voodoo to the level that I and I didn't even think it was that was so strong. It was insane. And I've been consecrating my grounds in the church. I've been consecrating my website. I'm ready for somebody to try me. Mess with my stuff if you want to. You're going to be a part of my testimony. And don't get mad at me because you don't have real protection. And your protection can be broken. Because I'm going to do, and all I've been encouraging grown people on my platform, show real self-esteem, show real self-care, and do what you're supposed to do by your spiritual house. Because if you take care of God's house, He'll take care of yours. And that's what a lot of people think I'm telling you to take care of the church. No, your body is the temple of the Spirit. Whether you call it Holy Ghost, whether you call it Egun. And when you ain't willing to do what it takes to make sure your temple got, why would God take care of your stuff? If you take care of your inner world, your outer world get taken care of. I'm going to say that again. If you take care of your inner world, then your outer world gets taken care of. Because we are the microcosm, what? Of the universe. So from within to without. Not from without to within. So therefore, if I make sure that my temple got everything it needs, it's going to make sure my outside reflects that. I'm going to say that again. If you take care of your inward man, your inner man, and give him all he needs, then that inner man going to be strong enough. That's what Paul said, that I may be strengthened in my inner man. I don't know how y'all don't understand that. You think I just get on social media. A lot of times y'all don't see the work that I be doing to get the manifestation that I be getting. Because I was taught how to go get it. I was taught why it was necessary. I'm never going to be cheap with God. The things of God in my temple, I ain't playing with that. And I'm just saying to you, as a grown man or woman, tell the truth. You spend more money on things than your spiritual temple. If you had $100, your temple might get $10, $11, $12. Everything else, get the most of your resources. I can live like that. God get most of my money. Spirit get most of my money. I don't care what I'm making. Most of my money go right back into the kingdom. Right back into the kingdom. Because when somebody try to make me suffer violence because they're being violent toward me, I get them what they're looking for. And I come in to do what you claim to be doing in my life. There's no way at this point that you have been dealing in the spirit world that your investment in your spiritual temple is less than your investment in a material thing that is going to rot, can be stolen, can be taken. One thing about my energy, my chi, my prana, can't nobody destroy it because energy can't be destroyed. This is the life that we're supposed to be living with, even if you're a Christian, whether you're a type of individual that is any of these ATRs. It's supposed to be about your energy. And you about everything else but your energy. That's the whole point of learning alchemy. So you know how to create different energies and different portals. And I want to say this in all honesty. You not having what you need ain't gonna hurt me one day. And I'm gonna still get whatever it is that God got for me. What you not gonna have is an excuse. Because I know I made it available and you could have made the necessary sacrifices. And let me say this, because I was talking to Monique about this as well, my crab cake. Why would you not be required to make a sacrifice when you're also asking the universe or spirit or ego to make sacrifice for you? Why would you have to give the less to get the most? Much is given, much is required. It don't make sense what you're talking about. And because many of you get an opportunity to hang around other people on low levels and low vibrations, that you feel like it's cool because I'm not the only one. Well, I don't want to be the crab in the bucket. I don't want nobody grabbing me and pulling me back in the bucket. So the point is, I don't hang around crabs. I'm not going to hang around somebody that don't believe in abundance. I'm not going to be interacting with people that don't believe that God is a healer. I'm not going to be having a conversation with somebody that always talking about what they don't have. Me and you can't be friends. We might be able to have sex, depending on that. But friends, I'm going to keep my temper together. I'm 52 years old. And I have been sharing. Oh, hold on. I had went downstairs to get my food, so I put my electronics in there. Because you know white people be talking about, oh, let me see, let me taste that. Violence. I'm going to say this so nobody's confused. I choose violence on a Sunday, a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday, and a Saturday. I choose violence on leap year. I choose violence during Christmas. I choose violence during sex if it's necessary. I'm going to always choose me. I'm going to always choose me. I want to say this. You should not be loving anybody or anything above the God of your temple. Everything gets portions of you other than your temple. And you are the commodity. You are the enterprise. You are the generator. And you cheat you to have things. You give your arche to have things that somebody can steal, that somebody can break, that somebody can. But this right here, you know what I mean? Just like when the prophet Samuel died, that same power, when the witch of Endor called him up, he still had that same power. Why that don't make sense to you, sir? Why that don't make sense to you, man? When you lay down and give up the ghost, everything you invested in your temple gonna be right there. When Minister Mario passed away, all that investment in Ocha, certain Orishas stayed. His Obatala stayed with Padrino to protect me. His Ogun stayed with Padrino in order to tell him that he didn't do anything wrong. And then his Oshun stayed with me. But all his other Orishas, and he had a lot of Orishas, they went with Mr. Mario. Mr. Mario will have that Ache forever. Praise ye Olodamare. Alofi. His whole energy has changed forever. I don't understand if you practice in spirituality and spiritual that don't make sense for you. Why does that not make sense to you as a Christian, as a devotee of voodoo, as like why that don't make sense to you? Everything in your alche, everything in your currency, but what's eternal? When they put Paul in prison, Apostle Paul, that alche was there. When they had Peter handcuffed in jail, that alche was there. When they had Joseph in prison behind a lie, that alche was there. That's the way we supposed to be thinking. But that ain't the way we operating. It's just real talk. What is your purpose? How long have you been living? And you still doing it. And let me tell y'all something. Many of you will sit here and agree with me right now and turn around and still keep that same pattern. And you wonder why your life, if you were working with the Ache of Oshun, your love life wouldn't look like it is, because Oshun would not allow certain people coming into your life. But you don't invest into the energy and frequency of love like that. You would not, no matter how somebody was coming against you, you don't invest in Ogun like that to make sure that Ache is in your life. You let people cause you suffrage, and then you talk about them how wrong they is and how they shouldn't have done that. Damn that. Don't you want to be on the side of the mind saying, let me see what's going to happen to them for touching me like that. Let me see what they got to do before they try to bring suffering in my life. That's what would really be happening. But that's not what's happening, because you're doing things backwards instead of starting inward. Every movie, it's almost like the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy had the power to go home the whole time. That whole movie ran. She met all the different people: the Scarecrow, the Lion, the Tin Man, the Wicked Witch of the West, Glinda. At the point from the beginning of her journey, when she got them ruby red slippers, she had the power to go home right then. She never had to look for Oz. I'm trying to talk to somebody. She never had to look for Oz. She didn't ever have to go through the deception that he was not a real wizard. Some things you experiencing right now because you don't understand your power, and you ain't trying to understand your power. And you want to read about power. You want to read about spirituality, but you don't want to do the actual work. And to me, sir and ma'am, that is so asinine. To me, you can't get me to ask God to give me strength to climb a mountain, because I understand what it is to be a son of God. So I'm going to speak to that mountain, and I'm going to tell that mountain what to do and how to do. And I'm going to use that mountain to work for my favor, because all things work together for the good of them. Even something that is sent there to be an obstacle, I'm going to still turn it into something that works for my good. Even if something comes in to harm me, I'm still going to turn it into my good. Even if you send a curse at me, I'm going to turn that curse into a blessing, because I'm an alchemist. I am not going to get upset about the Ache that you choose to send my direction. Because I know who I am going to utilize it to my personal benefit, not your benefit, not your intention. And I'm going to bring you that level of violence. I promise you. Even though what you didn't work on me, I'm still going to give you that same level of violence. Because what I do to you going to work on you. Some of y'all around here trying to have mercy. Oh, well, God fixed it anyway. And I still came through it. I don't care. I don't care if I came through with flying colors. Your ass is grass and I'm the lawnmower. I don't care if I ended up becoming a millionaire because you were trying to block and impede my success. I am going to put the what's happening on your ass. My victories and my turnaround has absolutely nothing to do with your intention to bring suffrage in my life. And you deserve the day that you have planned. You might have planned it for me to have that day, but I reversed that. You're going to have that day, and I'm going to still whoop your ass for even trying me. Oh, this is the era of time where we're going to be dealing with instant karma. That's why that ceremony, especially in Hinterview, was done on Saturday. It was done on Saturday for a reason. So that elixir is for a reason. And let me tell y'all something. It's one thing that not to have the experiences of something or have the opportunity. It's another thing where you are just keeping yourself out of the door because you making it about resources. And you instead of making it about yourself. Because somewhere in you, you don't want to acknowledge you don't feel that way about yourself. Let me tell you this. I'm going to say this. You cannot hate me more than I love me. You ain't got enough hate in your heart to override the love I have in my heart for myself. You ain't got enough envy. You ain't got enough jealousy in your heart that will supersede my affection and my love for myself. Baby, you ain't got enough willpower in you to make me fall up under your curse. Because I got enough tenacity and drive to override all that shit. Because I love me. I love what God done in my life. I love how God has stood up in my life. And you don't hate me enough. You ain't got enough envy. You ain't got enough outrage. Because I love me more than you hate me. And therefore, I'm going to prevail. Sir, ma'am, you got to get there because you don't feel that way about yourself. And you out here taking wooden nickels when you supposed to, and not only just wooden nickels, but you also taking breadcrumbs when you supposed to, and some of y'all won't even pray for a loaf, but God has always meant the bread factory to be your source of income. But you can't walk into your higher self. Let me tell y'all this. I'm gonna ask you a question because it's Saturn. How you gonna get back to being kings and queens when you don't have the mentality? You quick to put a label on somebody that don't have the mentality. Because if you thought you were king and queen, there's certain things you would not suffer yourself to do. I'm just telling you the truth. There's no way that you think that much of yourself and allow yourself to go through things you go through. Because I could never. I can't do it. I wouldn't even let medical professions play with my life. I don't care what your degree is. I don't care how long you done went to school. You is not fit to bring suffrage to my life. You're not going to take away the quality of my life. And I'm going to ask you questions. And if you got a problem with me asking you questions about my life and what's going on in my life, you don't need to get your ass out my room. That's what you need to do. Because these other people in here might not care about them. I care about me. I'm going to Google. What is this medicine you giving me? Why should I be taking this medicine? Because I know once I put this in my system, this got to come out of my system. So I'm not going to allow you to practice on me. Either you know what's wrong with me, or you can help me, or you can't. I'm like that spiritually, and I'm like that naturally. You just let somebody tell you something. I don't mind you testing me. I don't mind you asking questions if you're sincere. But I'm telling you, melanated people, it's a self-esteem issue. It's a self-value. Because the stuff that you go for, my family and stuff like that. I don't play about my sister. I don't play about my loved one. I don't play about my children. If you don't want to see some violent behavior, I'm a child of Oya. I'm like Storm on X-Men. I will lose the full power of the hurricane. And I won't give no fucks about it. Take all this shit up. And I'll do it on a Sunday. High noon. I will. But not unnecessarily. Like I said, if you mess with my stuff, all you gonna do is argue, maybe cuss, maybe tell, but you ain't nothing gonna happen. When you come over here, it's gonna be some karma. And when I get finished, you gonna call me the devil. And I can live with that. You the one came over here to play with the devil in the moonlight. I wasn't looking for you. You came looking for me. And that's why I tell y'all about supporting. Because energy is currency. And if you don't have the mentality, you have to be around somebody that's going to challenge your ideas. Help you cast down this magic. And that still costs money. Whether somebody coaching you, or somebody doing work for you. And that's why that's why they always keep black people impoverished. Because without resources, how you going to ascend back to glory? How you going to get back to your goddesshood? That first thing, my spirit that always told me, people going to attack your money and your health, if not both. And the two areas of life that y'all leave constantly open. Ain't no way. If I know that if I leave this unjust, it don't matter how hard I work, you can come here and tear my sand castle down. I'm not going to leave that open. The Bible says you got to first be able to bind up the strong man. But you got to bind me up first. You think I'm going to let you do that? Before you can spoil my house, spoil my temple. I'm just telling you. It makes no sense. For the enemy to come in and spoil everything you claim to work for, that you value so much, and you did nothing to keep them from binding you. You did nothing. You just, come on in, Mr. Devil. You ain't enraged. You're not looking at all you done sacrifice for whatever that reason may be. And you're not. Like when Trump was going through that election and one of his advisors told him that you need to be nice. He said, be nice? They trying to put me in jail. Some of y'all just have the wrong attitude, behavior for what you up against. I'm sorry. If you want to be a Christian and you follow those ideas and precepts, I'm not that guy. You're not going to do that to me. I'll be able to do instant burns tomorrow. But if you haven't had the opportunity to go to my website and actually read down what I really got to know, there's an arsenal. And don't tell me how great you are because you ain't got no money. Just like I'm finna go off on these Santeros with they broke asses. Don't get mad at me because you're not resourceful. You're not a good steward of God's inheritance. And you cannot represent the traditions correctly because your ass too broke. And you want to reinvest into the tradition. So therefore, you can't get a harvest. I don't care what you practice. You have to learn how to invest and reinvest and reinvest. It's just like stocks. You got to keep on investing in there. Eventually, it's going to pay off. It's like anything. The Bible said one water, one planet, but God get the increase. You got to first do your part. And if you still in a place where you are struggling to take care of your life as well as your egun, you ain't where you need to be. And it's just that simple. I'm going to say it again. It's just that simple. You ain't did what you needed to do. Because you can't do two of the same thing at the same time and still maintain. You can't. Just like being in a relationship. You can't even probably take care of you. Why would you bring another person in your life? You're asking for problems. I keep it rational. I keep it realistic. I keep it sober-minded. Because that's what Saturn energy is. You don't like the facts because facts are a stubborn thing. You don't like the numbers, and you want to be able to come on my platform and pretend that you're in a place that I know that you're not. I don't care if you got 400,000 ancestors. Look at your life. If your life ain't what it needs to be, that means somebody slacking. End of story. I told my egun I want to go to millionaire status, and that's what they're doing. And I'm doing my part to make sure I get there. And guess what? If you ask for financial currency, you got to be ready to work. However that work comes in to make your money, don't holler about when you ask for it, don't holler about how tired you is. You out there to get your harvest. You're not out there to be tired. Because if you work that hard to get a harvest, then you got to work even harder to harvest that harvest. Makes sense? Of course it makes sense. Because it's coming from a sensible place. Capricorn is smart. It's the GOAT. You out here you and Apostle Ely is not the same person. Because you out here doing fucked up stuff to people and fucked up stuff coming back to you, even though you're doing magic. If you want to walk an easier walk in this thing, then stop messing with other people and doing unnecessary shady shit to people and nasty stuff, and then acting like you don't know what's going on. You know you done sowed them seeds, you gonna reap them. Be smart about it. sow some seed. I told people that do a lot of nasty stuff, I said, help old people and children. I don't care if you're an Ifa, Voodoo, Santeria. If you take care of the widow, the elderly, and the children, you lend to God, and God always pays his bills. When you take care of the poor, my Arisha, my Fedipun, Bablu Aye, a part of that, his coverage is the poor. When you do for people, I ain't talking about doing for your people. You don't get no credit for that. But if you know you done did funky, nasty, disgusting, slimy stuff to people, then go find you an elderly woman that's not in your bloodline, that's in need, and take care of that. Find you a child and take care of that. Find you a widow, because those people you're going to get certain types of blessings from. And that will kind of help your scale, where you're not just reaping all your bullshit. You also be reaping some goodness. So it won't be as hard, won't be as messy. Magic is magic, no matter how you use it. I'm just trying to give you some wisdom, because some of y'all don't want to acknowledge the stuff you done. It ain't the money that you spending. It ain't the work you doing. It's the deeds you done sold. That's why I be careful how I do stuff. Because we all reap what we sow. I don't care what your belief system is. You put that energy out, unjustified, that energy got to come back. Rooster got to come, the chicken got to come to roost. And you don't want to acknowledge that. Now you want to run into another tradition because you done sold all that shit in Christianity. You want to go to another tradition because you done sold all that shit in Ifa or Voodoo or Santeria. You can't run from you, baby. Do you hear me, sweetie? You can't run from you. You take you everywhere you go. And you need to do what it takes to make sure you okay. What did my love say? You have to get that word. I know that's right. I know that's right, love. That's that Taurus, that fixed earth energy. Let me tell y'all something. I appreciate you guys coming on these lives and allowing me to share knowledge with understanding. But my heart is, I want y'all to better. But I can't make nobody do nothing. All I can do is present it. They say you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. It's so true, even in spirituality. I can't make a move until you bust a move. I can't make a move till you bust a move. I can't make a move till you bust a move. Because it's not my life. I can only make a move for myself. I can't even do it for my children. That everything is about what you decide, and therefore, then I can move in that decision. But if it don't bother you, we should get credit for helping family, though, because they be the worst. Yeah, but don't worry like that. The reason why the Bible says a prophet is not without honor except in his own house, his own family, his own kin. These ain't my rules. This is what it is. What's up, Sister Nicole? Tell them my vanilla weave. I say hello. We help and we stay in family because we're trying to be safe. The credit is outside of the family. Jesus said, I got sheep not of this fold. You don't get credit for that. And you ain't going to get a credit from family because the Bible says you ain't going to get honor from those. Because 9 times out of 10, family feel like you're supposed to do. So why would they give you any type of honor? I don't care who you are. I learn something new every time live you do. Thank you so much, Prophet Pisces Goddess. I appreciate that level of honesty. Let me tell you something. As long as I live and God give me life, health, and strength, I'm gonna try to help my other people. Try to lead here. I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna keep it honest. I'm gonna keep it straight. At the end of the day, you either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. But at the end of the day, you won't be able to tell your egoon spirits or nothing and say, "Oh, I didn't know." That's a lie. They right here with us, hearing the same stuff you hearing, and they know you know. And they know what you can do, and they know what you can't do. And the mere fact that they know that it's possible for you to do better than what you're doing, and you're not doing it, I want you to think about who really got a problem with you. Because when you hinder, they hinder. When you slow up, they slow up. Because y'all won. You and your ancestors are one. When you win, they win. I love y'all. Ain't nobody sent me no cash app. Now I'm about to go out here and get on the corner. I gotta do what I gotta do. I said with or without you. All right, I'll see y'all tomorrow.